Well, joining me now is Ann Anderson-Berry, MD, PhD. You're the interim executive director for the Child Health Research Institute. Ann, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, Andy, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about who you are and let's talk, first of all, who you are.
Sure. Well, I am a professor of pediatrics in the Department of Pediatrics at UNMC and Children's Hospital and Medical Center, and the division chief of the Division of Neonatology. And recently I've taken on the role of the interim executive director of the Children's Health Research Institute, which is something I'm very excited to talk about today.
And also, I mean, we're so excited because I'm going to just kind of flip this around. The cover of our October issue that just came out really talks about all of this important research and why it actually is important. So let's talk a little bit about that. Why is pediatric research so important? And why do you find it so compelling?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And children are our future.
Yeah.
And so how would we want to invest in anything but our future? We know that children have a multitude of diseases. They're not little adults. They have different diseases. And we need to understand that so we can make an impact in their lives early in life. Then we'll have a decades-long impact, and we'll have an intergenerational impact.
Yeah.
There's good evidence to show that the environment that fetuses and children are in impacts not only them, but their children and their grandchildren. And so we need to understand more about this.
So, I mean, I'm looking at some of the questions that I love these. For viewers unfamiliar with the Child Health Research Institute, tell us about the collaboration and the work that it does for children.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new, I mean,
It's a brand new institute.
Okay.
No, you should. This is kind of our rolling out. So we were approved by the Board of Regents at the University of Nebraska in 2018. This is a wonderful collaboration between Children's Hospital and Medical Center and UNMC. So it's the newest institute, one of only 3 on campus, and it is dedicated entirely to understanding diseases and health of children.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are you?
I'm a neonatologist.
Okay, all right.
Yes, that means I take care of premature and sick neonates right after delivery. And so my work and my research is around the perinatal period. So I'm interested in nutrition in particular, and not only what babies eat, especially sick babies, but also what moms eat, and how that impacts their health status, how that impacts the pregnancy, and then how that impacts the life of the infant going forward. So really, really talking about that intergenerational things. And you'd be amazed, here in the heartland, in the breadbasket of the United States, we're seeing vitamin deficiencies in our delivering moms that are equal to vitamin deficiencies that we see in sub-Saharan Africa. So this is work that we can really do to make an impact on the health of children, not only here, but across the world.
And why do you think that is? I mean, what's happening here that we're not understanding, or is it just education? I mean, I know there's so many different groups of people in our community that don't have adequate health care, or they don't have,
Right. So what we've found is that many of our delivering moms have food insecurity. That means they might not know where their next meal is coming from. They might have transportation insecurities. So we know there are food deserts across the Omaha and Nebraska region, and they might not be able to get to places where fresh, healthy food is available, and so they're relying more on those foods of convenience that are processed, not high in nutrients, not high in those fat-soluble vitamins that help build babies and help build babies' brains, as well as decrease inflammation to lead to a healthy pregnancy. So that's what we're finding with our research.
And so let's just wrap back around. How are you helping? Are you educating the mothers? What is your role again?
Right. So in my research, we are trying to understand the deficiencies first, because no one has ever described this in the United States.
Sure.
We think of this as a third world problem, not a first world problem. And so understanding what the magnitude of the trouble is, and then understanding what the consequences of that are to the infant, and then having interventions, whether they're medical interventions or public health interventions, to alleviate the deficiencies and move forward will be our next steps.
Yeah, which is so, I mean, it's just so important. So I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing. So let's talk about the new building going up on 84th and Dodge Street, the Hubbard Center for Children. Tell me about that.
It is going to be amazing. This is
Yeah.
such a highly needed resource for the children of Omaha, Nebraska, and this region. Most people don't know, but there are times almost every year when we have to turn children away from being admitted to Children's Hospital and Medical Center and send them to other cities because we don't have the bed capacity to care for them. We have the skill, we have the intent, but there is no room at the inn. And so we're sending people away that we should be able to care for here. And so with the expansion of beds in the Hubbard Center for Children, we're going to be able to serve our population and our Omaha and Nebraska kids. We're going to have an expanded neonatal intensive care center. So that is my unit. So I'm really excited for that. It's going to be state of the art. And we're also going to have a phenomenal cardiac care unit. And so that's going to be a great asset to the wonderful cardiac team that is at Children's that many people know about. And we're also going to have increased capacities in pediatric oncology. Pediatric oncology and the cardiac team are also big components of the Child Health Research Institute. And so you'll see our mission at Children's and with CHRI or the Child Health Research Institute really aligns with the clinical, the research, and the community. We're bringing everything together to serve our population, and that's really what we're driving for. Research is in our mission, clinical care is in our mission, and it's all to help our children.
How can people get involved with, how can they support you, or how can they get involved with, you know, whether financially or volunteering, or what do you need?
There are so many different ways to get involved. One exciting way that we have coming up is our Children's Gala.
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Like
and
4 weeks or 3 weeks or something?
I think November 9th is when that is. And all of the details are on children'somaha.org/gala. But it's going to be a aviation-based theme.
Okay,
and
I love that.
We have Andy Grammer, who is a pop star. Everybody will know his songs. He'll be there. We'll have silent and live auctions, a raffle, a wonderful opportunity to highlight some of the families that we have served over the last decade. And it's just going to be a great event. So if people are interested in getting tickets or donating money there, that would be great. We also have an active volunteer services, and they can find that information on that same website without the gala.
Before we go, anything else you'd like to share about what you're doing? I mean, we kind of covered a lot, but...
Yeah, I think that it's important for your viewers to understand and for the Omaha community to understand that it's a partnership between Children's Hospital and Medical Center, UNMC, the community, and it's all for our children. And we need their support. So pediatric research is expensive. It's critical to the care of our children moving forward, and it's really underfunded as compared to adult research. And so we need to lay the ground with the rolling out of the Child Health Research Institute for helping the community understand that this is a public-private partnership.
Absolutely.
And we all have to move forward together if we want the best outcomes for our Nebraska children.
And thank you so much for coming. And I will say, cover story for our October issue that just came out. You can read it online at spiritofomaha.com, and it's available throughout the community. Just really important stuff, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to talk about these exciting opportunities for our kids.
You're very welcome. And we will be right back.